Hi everyone, what I have on the screen here is a little bit from this documentary from New Atlantis Full Documentaries on the world's most dangerous virus, talking about the Ebola virus. But there are so many viruses, and throughout this documentary what I've learned so far is that it's a mystery, and a lot of researchers, they don't know. And they do so much experimentation, and how can they guarantee that what they're doing isn't promoting risk in the world? Because they're trying all kinds of new things, with light, with you know coldness, with and then when they wear all the suits to protect themselves inside the suits so that they have clean air to breathe. How do they know it's not getting on those suits, and then how are those suits disposed? And I don't know. Seems to me the best way to control this is to keep patients in a place where they are, keep everything contained in there, no people going in and out except very few, one person at a time, etc. They have, just like all these workers going inside. And well, I was in Hong Kong during the SARS virus, and we had to step when we went in. The schools were closed, but when we went back to school, we had to step in put our shoes in a pan of disinfectant, and it got pretty intense. But look how many viruses there are. Okay, I just checked on, this is arthropod-borne viral fevers and viral hemorrhagic fevers. There are so many, and they come from all over, and they are risky. In fact, one time I was in Santa Barbara, and a teenager was working at the local pet shop, and he got bit by a rat, a pet rat, and he died because he contracted something. But look at all these viruses. This is all the way from ABC to Z, and they have them all over the place, all types. The Crimean, Colorado tick fever, we're all at risk all the time from these things. The point is, people have to make their bodies inhospitable to diseases and viruses and all the risks and dangers that are all around us. And a lot of that has to do with the mental, make yourself mentally those viruses inhospitable with your mind. Look, Lassa virus, forest disease, goes on and on. This is the one right here that is like 99% kill rate. And I'm just here on this category of arthropod-borne viruses. Those are, like little creatures. And you can believe that all of these viruses are being studied in the labs of the Center for Disease Control. They love studying this stuff and experimenting and exploring the possibilities of weaponizing these viruses. Because if it's true, they want to kill 500,000, only have 500 million people on Earth. These are devils running the world right now. They have their plans, and who's going to stop them? Who knows? Because this world belongs to the dark forces right now. We know that. So I would consider clearing out the mind and the body. You know, the body. Meat, I think, is really risky. You know, they're putting all kinds of antibiotics and, you know, besides all the bad energy with the way they kill the animals, that's really horrific. And sugars and aspartame and those energy drinks and all that, really, that sort of negative, low energy, bad frequency stuff should not go in your body. And then also the mental food that people put in their minds that is so dark. That's just my opinion, and I'm trying to consider that too, because, you know, I love watching, I love reading all of the headlines and trying to stay up, try staying on top of all of it, but really has to be balanced. Like, step back from those things and see it objectively. Don't get yourself involved subjectively with the fear aspect, because you can be strong. Fill your mind and your body with light. I think things like getting your body alkaline with some acidic foods that turn into alkaline in your body, like lemon juice, vinegar, baking soda, you know, all those cleansing kinds of things, you know, that you can imagine aren't making your insides all sticky, you know. You can just sort of intuit it. Things that are sticky with fat and um, you know, tainted by corporations, things like that. You know, think of a cucumber. It's not too sweet. It's sort of clean, cleansing kind of thing. Things like that. I don't know why I associate it with cucumber or grapefruit, but, you know, it's just sort of cleansing. So in your mind, things that your mind must always have running in the background, the operating system in the background is like Psalms and Proverbs and, um, um, you know, God leading you, going before your life. Anyway, it seems really simple, but it's a practice, because there are a lot of pitfalls and traps. Like, for example, I was reading about, let's see if it's here. No, I think, okay, I forgot to show you this before I get off track. No, I was reading about so many parents killing their kids, you know, like this woman, Jessica Smith. She killed her 2-year-old daughter and stabbed and cut her 13-year-old. They were going for a divorce. But this is what can happen if people don't take charge of their mental atmosphere. And their mental atmosphere is totally controllable. So fear can tear down your immune system and make people go crazy. And who knows if psychotropic drugs that people take for depression, etc., isn't contributing to that fear and dependency. So it's our job to be masters of our ships, because we, with the guiding light of Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, and putting God first, it's the only way. Because then you get instruction from the Bible. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength. I really believe when you put God first and you love God above all, it makes you strong, fearless, courageous. It's just my opinion. Anyway, look at this little clip here from this documentary, because it's really fascinating. It's a bit random. I just was watching it up to this point and I thought I would share it since we're all mad about this Ebola virus that's the topic of conversation. It's become the meme, like we're all gonna die, they all want us to die, etc. But you know, we're gonna transcend these fragile bodies. No one knows. So no one knows what's gonna happen. So get at peace with yourself right now for whatever happens, and put God first in your life, and feel the freedom that Jesus Christ promised you, and have the peace that passes all understanding, because as soon as you put your hands into put your life into the hands of God and forgive everyone and accept the forgiveness that He's given you. This is a miraculous thing. It is so liberating. The truth shall set you free. That's all I gotta say. That's it. Freedom. Okay, watch this.
Its structure tells us how it is made, how it functions, what mechanisms it uses when it infects, where and what changes so as to evolve and jump species, where it is weak, where it can be attacked. Specific medication has begun to be designed against viruses and based on their structure. A new form of fighting these agents has been born. Now everything seems to have been discovered. But no. With an electron microscope and a synchrotron, one can see through the atoms. But there is no technology capable of answering a basic question: knowing whether the viruses are alive or not. They might represent another form of life unknown to us. A different concept of life, bordering on the living and the inert. Viruses, and there is no way of understanding this, can be alive and dead at the same time.
Okay, do you really get that? I mean, he says there is no way of understanding this. They can be alive and dead at the same time. Scientists don't know what they're dealing with. As usual, they're playing with fire, especially when you consider nanotechnology and synthetic biology and all these things that they're combining together, you know. They have all this, and it is progressing at an exponential rate. It's advancing at an exponential rate. There are so many people just practicing in their garages with all kinds of biological building blocks. You know, teenagers are playing around with all kinds of things in their garages right now. I've done a lot of videos on that a couple of years ago. I've forgotten now, even myself, but okay, I watched this a little bit more, but just so you have this information.
They're everywhere. On the crest of a wave, in the air, on the grass. They disappear and appear at full speed. The sun destroys them, and they're created again, millions in just 1 second. There are those who say that if we were to put all the viruses that exist end to end, they would form a long chain that would stretch to the ends of the known universe. In number, estimates talk of an unpronounceable figure, 10 to the power of 24. That's a 1 followed by 24 zeros for the viruses present on Earth. By looking for them in nature and isolating them, it has been possible to recognize and classify more than 2,000 different species of virus. This is what these researchers are dedicated to. They are virus hunters. They are looking for new viruses in the plants in a jungle and in the waters of a bay in the heart of civilization in California.
Okay, well, see, we're surrounded by viruses everywhere. And if you listen to that little bit again, there, there's, they go to the ends of the universe if you put them end to end. And they're everywhere. They disappear and come into existence. And I think sunshine is good, kills them. But look, they're blocking the sun. Maybe that's why they're springing up more. And I think dry climates might be good. Things are getting tricky, but you can consult, ask the Holy Spirit sometimes what you should do, where you should go, where you should be, what you should eat, those kinds of things, and you will get answers. This is true. Okay, God bless everyone, and be safe, and remember to keep your mind and your body inhospitable to whatever is coming after you who wants to kill you, whether it's a virus, the government with electronic microwave torture, or food, or Monsanto, or whatever, chemtrails, whatever. Get the light inside. Okay, bye. Thank you for watching my videos. God bless. Bye for now.